Welcome to Key to Ease English program. Today I am here with a reported speech made easy part 2. Hope you remember in the part 1 we were discussing how to report statements. Hope you enjoyed it. Now in this part what I am dealing is the area that is questions, WH questions and yes or no questions and also imperative sentences. And how to report a question, how to report an yes or no question, how to report an imperative sentence. This is the area we are going to discuss. Hope you remember what I have told you, that is you have to continuously do practicing this reported speech because it is coming for the examination for two scores. Other than that, it is better to just have a command of the language. You can, if you understand how to report things. So stay with me and stay at home and be safe, and don't forget to subscribe this channel and share to your friends. Now have a look at the following sentences. The boy. Sun rises in the east. It's a statement. Vignesh, mathematics is a science. And here Renu is telling, my father's name is Prem. These sentences are exactly statements. And we know how to report statements. We'll use the boy said that sun, and here it is in simple present tense. Usually we change it to past, simple past. In the east, the same thing we'll write. But we cannot do such a change in this type of sentences. These type of sentences are called as universal truth. Sun rises in the east is a universal truth. It never changes its position. So we cannot make it past. Mathematics is a science. It's a fact. It's a universal truth. So we cannot change this is into was. And my father's name is Prem. We cannot change this is into was because it never happened. Such words, ice melts into water when you heat. You cannot change this one because it's a universal truth. So for the universal truth, say no tense change occur. All other changes may happen, but no. So the boy said that sun rises in the east is a correct one. Vignesh said that mathematics is a science. Renu said that her father's name, apostrophe is here, name is Prem. So no tense change is taking place in the case of things which are universal truths. It's a tip, keep in your mind. We're passing on to our real task, that is WH questions. When WH questions comes, how will you report it? Here is a sentence. Have a look. Mr. Cronin, hope you remember the best investment I have made as a unit. Where are you going? John is, and Mr. Cronin asked these questions to John. Imagine. Then John will report that Mr. Cronin asked me where I was going. Where I was going. There are certain changes while reporting WH questions. And another question. In the question using the question word or question WH words, To form indirect speech, the question is changed into a statement form. You can see here, it is in a statement form. There is no question mark. Here is a question mark, it is not here. It's a statement, പ്രസ്താവനയുടെ മോഡിലാണ്. And the linker, and we often use that is the linker. That will not be here. Here we are using what, when, where, which, why, who, whom, etc. are used as conjunction or linker instead of that. Hope you remember in the part 1 I told about how to report statements. The linker that is used. While reporting a question, we are not using that. And have a look here. Look at the sentence. The girl, where is my book? This is a question asked. It's a question mark is here. Now what change is taking place? The girl asked. Said is changing into asked. And statements we are using, he said that. But in question we are asking asked. And linker for that we are using what? Were. The same word. Is going to this area. That's the reason I will just say. My will be changing to the girl, so it is her book was. Imagine if this where was her book. That is the pattern of the question. Question pattern will be, and the sentence pattern are different. In question pattern, the verb come first, auxiliary verb come first, and after that subject come. Here you see is my. It is a question. It's an auxiliary verb and a subject. And here you see where her book was. The pattern is changing. This is the difference you are just noticing. Another one, John, what are you doing this afternoon? This is a question asked. Let us see what the change is taken. Cronin asked John, what it is not what he was doing that afternoon. All other changes are taking place, but what she was doing, what was she? This is the pattern of question, but we are changing into what she was doing. Such changes are taking place. So to sum up, we can say like this: when you report a WH question into a reported question, you will see that the introductory verb is asked, not said. Always used asked or z. Instead of asked, you can use enquired. You may use. The question word who is kept as, not necessarily who, what, which, when or where can be used as the linker instead of that. And the word order becomes subject plus verb. And the sentence ends with a full stop, not a question mark. And the verb tense, pronoun and time expression, nearness will be changing into fartherness. Change in the same way as in reported statements. If you're having any problem, just read this slide once again. You'll get clarity over that one. Let us attempt some examples here. Shyam, why do you look so worried? The homeopath is giving, I was frightened by a snake. It's a statement, it's a question. Shyam, so how can we report this one? Shyam asked homeopath why he looked, so do plus, this is a present tense, why he looked so worried. will be the sentence. Why he looked so worried. Why did we cannot use because it is a pattern of question. I was frightened by a snake. He was frightened by a snake. Next, why are you staying in rented house? Shyam is asking. Why Shyam as homeopath? Why he, you will be changing into he, was or will be changing into was staying in a rented house. Why he was staying? I haven't started to get a good practice. He hadn't or had not started to get a good practice. Satyatri, why did you bring 2 tigers? It's past tense, so what change will come? Why he had brought 2 tigers. This will be the answer. Why he had bought 2 tigers. Satyatri enquired or asked Mr. Tarat why he had brought 2 tigers. And his answer is, this we have done in the part 1, that Mr. Tarat replied that we could use the other if one does not get that right. Such changes are taking place. We are passing on. Here is, so we have discussed how WH questions are reported. I'll give you ample examples and I'll give you some task at the last also. And here we are going to another type. How to report yes or no questions. Another type of question. Here's a question. Are you going to the film with your brother next Friday? This is a question asked by this girl to her friend. Boy to her friend, his friend. This is a statement, direct question is this one. Ram asked Muni, are you going to the concert with your brother next Friday? Concert can be film. This will be full. A report question. Ram asked Muni if or whether she was going to the film with her brother the following Friday. These changes we have discussed. Tense changes and the nearness will be changing into distance and everything. Like that, when the yes or no question is coming, we have to use if or whether. Other tense changes also. Yes or no questions. He said, do you have a brother? This was the question. See the answer. He asked if or whether. Any one of this one can be. Whether I had a brother. Megha said, is anyone at home? Megha asked whether anyone was at home. She said to me, have you met him? She asked me whether I had met him. He said, did you know this story? He asked whether I had known that story. This story will be changing into that story. So, using if or whether instead of the linkers, we can, or reporting verb, we can report yes or no questions. So we can sum up in this way. When you report a yes or no question into reported question, you will see that the introductory verb asked, not said. The word whether if is used as a linker. The word order will be subject are you becomes subject you plus verb. That is verb plus subject will be changed. That is are you verb plus subject. Here subject plus verb will be the pattern. The sentence ends with a full stop instead of a question mark. And the verb tense, pronoun and time of expression, that is nearness, changes in the same way as in reported statements. Let us attempt. Here is, friend, did you see the snake the next day? Snake in the mirror. Homeopath. No, I have never seen it again. The question is a yes or no question, right? This is a yes or no question. Did you see whether he had seen? Whether he had seen the snake the next day. Do you remember me? The man asked Ejekronin. Right? Do you remember me? What will be the question? The man asked Ejekronin whether he remembered him. Hope you understood why me is changing into him. Shall we report this case? This is the word. So here I skipped this one, is you have done it in the first part. Shall we report this case? The sergeant enquired or asked whether they should report that case. Whether they should, we will be changing into they. Is your wife very fat? Whether his wife was very fat. Instead of question mark we are putting full stop. And the same thing can be done for the class 9 students also. Ram Narayan, have you enjoyed any training at school? No, I am not rich enough. So like that you can just report this one. Look at the sentence. So we have discussed, what are the things we have discussed? That is how to report WH questions and how to report yes or no questions. Now we are passing on to another area. That is, look at the sentence. Stop looking at me, Cronin. Might have told to that John. Cronin ordered to stop looking at him. Cronin ordered to stop looking at him. The boy, please walk fast. It will be in single quote. This also will be in quote. The boy requested to walk fast. These sentences are imperative sentences. These sentences are imperative sentences. What are imperative sentences? Imperative sentences is a sentence which expresses command. Stop there. Open the door. These are commands. A request. Please give me your pen. It's a request. Advice. Let's go for a film. Don't like that. That's words we'll give you, and you can give suggestions. Let's work hard. Suggestion is there. So such imperative sentences are given in the previous class. I was telling about these are all imperative sentences. Here, open the door is a command. Please help me. It's a request. Do not smoke. It's a advice. Here are some examples. I said to my brother, go away. I told my brother to go away. It is rather simple. He said to his sister, tell the truth. He advised his sister to tell the truth. He said to me, please help me. He requested me to help him. Jimmy said, let's enjoy ourselves for an hour first. Jimmy proposed, suggested that we should enjoy ourselves for an hour first. And these type imperatives are of two types. One is affirmative and negative that we have studied. Hope you remember. Affirmative means positive sentences, positive imperatives, and negative imperatives. And here are the affirmatives. That is, so far we have discussed only affirmatives. Change said or asked into any of these words such as ordered, commanded, advised, requested, etc. as suitable introductory verb. If you use to, the verb of the direct speech is changed into the infinitive form. To bring, to write. After to, for the verb there will not be any declarations. There is to, brought we will not say. To bringing we will never say. Always bare infinitive form we are just using. Two infinitive forms we are just telling. Do not use the conjunction word that if you have used to. Hope it is not confusing for you. And here negative imperatives are coming. Doctor said to me, do not smoke. Doctor said to me not to smoke. Not do not smoke. Not to smoke. She said, don't tell a lie, Aslam. She forbade, objected, Aslam to tell a lie. This can be said, she advised Aslam not to tell a lie. In the negative sentences, not is put before the infinitive. Before infinitive means before to. Not to speak, not to walk, or you can use suitable introductory verbs such as forbade, but the reported speech from is positive. And here we are concluding. Thank you.